It started, I mean, it was for the first, well, from 96 to 2009, 2008, 2009, it was 95 to 98% K-12 school market, kindergarten through 12th grade. That was primarily all of it. Since 2008, 2009, we have transitioned into two other marketplaces. One is higher ed, and you see that. That's probably, in my opinion, that's the stellar higher ed project that we've done so far. Is the Jasper Center for Applied Technology. It embraces everything about the 21st century, about manufacturing, robotics, and teaching students how to work in a robotics nuts and bolts. I can't already fit nuts and bolts anymore. I need robotics nuts and bolts, and is adaptable. That one has there's a room, and it's a test. They're enticing companies to come there as a test lab too, because one of the rooms they wanted no windows in, and they wanted it so it could be sealed up, so that because there's some manufacturer working on, and it may be all the way from robotics, it may be on a software for a camera, for a smartphone, or whatever, and they want that secrecy of it. So that was one of the rooms that we did. The room itself is just a vanilla room, and they wanted it so it could be set up multiple different ways. So that's one of our probably is our stellar.
So when it comes to flooring, though, this VCT is something you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
where it's concrete, I think you wouldn't. And it done right, we had to come back and mess with it.
Industry retools. To give you another example, materials that's retooled. TPO, which is another acronym for rubber. Essentially, one's a rubber, one's a plastic. Simple way. TPO is the plastic. EPDM is the rubber. Plastic was tried in the 80s. Failed horribly. All kinds of lawsuits, there still may be some lawsuits all across the country. It actually put Johns Manville out of business for a while. They're back in business now. But TPO, they retooled it. They looked at what went wrong. They redone it, and now TPO is making a huge comeback. The plastic roof.
One of the things that we didn't want that to dictate what we did at the school, so we were fortunate enough to be able to build a large cafeteria. But that's not good enough. You got to have serving lines. So we have a main cafeteria, which we'll show it to you. That will seat over 1,000, and then a second cafeteria for the LC that'll like 350, 400. So we could at one time we figured we could do 2 lunch shifts if we had to, but we do 3. But we have 9 serving lines in the main cafeteria, and so the kids never stand in line more than 10 minutes to get their food. So that's critical, though. I think. So you don't want to spend all your design time around lockers when you know they're not going to be used anyway. 12 feet. Squares are 2 feet. Carpet squares are 2 feet. And that's it. Typical of ours, we try to keep 12 feet. We'll go down to 10 feet if it's an area where we know there's not really much traffic, dead ends and whatever it may be. What do you do in elementary schools? Probably less than that.
Not really.
I was going to say elementary wouldn't matter as much, but in high school, when you have all these big kids walking around. So, one of the things that we really wanted to integrate into our physical education program, was cardiovascular stuff. And so it's not unusual at all for our PE classes at least once or twice a week to be in here, doing stuff versus in a gym playing kickball or something. And then one of the reasons that we were able to get this is we opened this up to the community, let them come in and use it before and after school hours.
Right here is a space that you're gonna say, man, I wish they'd had that when I was in high school. I think it's very cool. It's a little coffee shop. We're Starbucks and Panera and Einstein Bagel. They know the furniture, the feel, the coffee, and kids will gather and do that. I mean, I stop at Panera all the time for a bagel and a cup of coffee. I'm amazed at how many high school students that the classroom is right there. There will be 6 or 8 people they know what the furniture takes. So they got the tables that can be pushed together easily, the soft furniture, the adaptable to a lot of power, a lot of of course Wi-Fi is at those places, and they're doing their collaboration right there. And, that's a corporate so that's sort of what we try to mimic here in terms of visual addition to the cafeteria.
When we designed this edition, we visited several universities, Ivy Techs, IUPUI, not so much Butler, but our whole goal was to make it have more of a college-like feel to it.